This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
Welcome back to Silent Witness, the podcast that likes to introduce you to true crime and unsolved mysteries. We have a cold case today from Christina. Hello.
Hello, hello.
So what are we talking about today? We've been doing a little bit of true crime.
We're done.
And now we're back to
our
heart.
unsolved crimes. Yes.
All right.
Couple of good things coming up.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Well,
okay.
Hopefully we'll help them find some answers.
Let's hope.
All right. So tell me, what's the story? What happened?
So let's go to Louisiana.
Okay.
Southern state, borders the Gulf of Mexico and Texas.
Yep.
We've talked a lot about Texas, but let's talk about Louisiana.
Okay.
So I'm sure most people know, but I'm going to say Louisiana has parishes.
Oh, yeah.
Which are the same as counties here or in like a lot of states, but they're called parishes.
Okay.
So let's go to Lincoln Parish. It is in northern Louisiana. It's about 296 miles from New Orleans.
Okay.
North of New Orleans.
Okay.
And about 69 miles from Shreveport. And about 167 miles from Tyler, Texas.
That's so crazy. It boggles my mind sometimes that Texas and Louisiana are like.
Yeah. And that's why I think I wanted to do this is because it is so close.
Yeah.
You know?
Sometimes you can get to Louisiana from some parts of Texas faster than you can get to other parts of Texas from Texas.
Exactly.
Okay.
So the parish seat in Lincoln is Ruston, and it has the population in Lincoln Parish is just over 48,000.
Oh, wow. Teeny tiny.
Yeah. So small little counties or parish. County.
Mm-hmm.
But it's small in comparison to other parishes, obviously, in Louisiana.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about a young man named James Tomlinson.
Okay.
So James grew up in the area. He was born, his mom, Guinea. He was born on 7/8/1984.
Okay.
As a child, he was really, really smart. He picked up on new topics in school very fast and very well.
Mm-hmm.
He loved drama classes, FFA, which we don't really have anymore. Future Farmers of America.
We do. We have FFA and 4-H out here.
Well, yeah, 4-H. Yeah, I don't think I have it in my school, but whatever. Anyway, FFA, and he was part of the debate team.
Mm-hmm.
He was described by his mom, Guinea, as a very wonderful child.
Oh.
He was at the top of his class, and he got along with people and was just outgoing and happy. So let's go to around age 18, 19, maybe about 16 to 18. So he began to dabble in a little bit of drugs. When asked why the switch, Guinea said that when James was about 16, that James's stepdad and her got a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
So James took the role of man of the house, as a lot of sons do.
Yeah.
So basically how it started, he was in a play,
mm-hmm.
and he and a friend drove to Monroe, Louisiana, and that is where he first tried drugs.
Okay. So we're talking like early 2000s-ish? 2000.
Yeah.
That would have been 16 years,
I'm not a math person, but yes,
there we
I
go.
believe you.
Okay. So he's driving out with his buddy to Monroe.
Yeah. And so he basically, it escalated pretty quickly. He went from Xanax bars to meth in a short amount of time.
Holy crap. What's Xanax bars?
So Xanax, it's Xanax.
Okay.
It's a prescription drug that chills,
No,
relaxes for anxiety.
I know what Xanax is.
Yeah.
But why is it called bars?
That's just what the young
say.
people call it.
Well,
because it looks like a bar.
I can't keep up. So he went from chilling out to meth. That's quite the switch.
Yeah.
Okay.
So James was first arrested around the age of 21 or 22 with some friends.
Oh, so he was in it for years. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So as James got deeper into drugs, Guinea started out trying to help him to get sober. But as time continued and he kept getting arrested and kept falling back into the patterns, she got tougher and tougher on him and did less and less to help him. You know, the tough love, which is right, helping in the beginning. And then if they're not ready, then, you got to.
There's not much you can do if somebody doesn't want to stop.
Exactly. So James had a son, had a child when he was about 24 years old. His son lived with his mother. They weren't together.
Okay.
Although James loves his son very much, drugs kept the relationship pretty distant for obvious reasons.
Right.
Mom's not going to let that into a child's life. I mean, that's a good mom. James continued in and out of jail. The relationship did suffer with his mom, Guinea. She found it harder and harder to see her grandson because, of course, mom is going to pull away and doesn't want that. Understandable. Which, because James was in and out of jail, she did want a relationship with her grandchild.
Okay.
But because of that drug habit and jail, it was harder for her to see him.
Yeah. And that's already kind of hard with moms of sons and seeing it's the different dynamic.
Yeah.
So to add all this,
it is, and and then you're throwing in that, and I can see mom's point of view. You don't know. Well, is he going to be there? You just are kind of skeptical.
Sure.
Due to James's drug habit and being in and out of jail, he jumped from couch to couch, so he really didn't have a stable place to stay.
Okay.
A lot of the time, the pattern continued for many years. So. Let's jump to 2022.
Oh my gosh.
So a couple years ago. James was released from jail on August 1st, 2022.
That's heartbreaking.
Yeah, he was released about 8:30 p.m.
Okay.
He was released with nothing.
Yeah. His manila envelope walked out.
Yeah, I mean, just whatever, and he was to report to his parole officer. Parole, probation, I don't know how that works in Louisiana. Some states, parole and probation are the same entity, they're same. But for instance, Texas, probation is a separate thing than parole.
Huh. Okay.
So I'm not sure how, I should have looked it up, but.
It's okay.
Listen, I was trying to get this done because I had spoken to James's mom way back.
Okay.
And then all the stuff personally happened. And then, I finally got to being able to do this.
You've been busy.
So he went to go stay after was released. He had nowhere really to go. So he went to a friend's house.
Okay.
His mom let him know that his grandfather had died. And James went to his probation parole officer the next day in Monroe to check in, which is about 33 miles from where he lived.
Okay.
And then he was dropped off with a friend after that.
Okay.
So August 3rd, that same year, 2022, James went to the hospital due to some breathing problems. He was released, and after being treated, he called his family. James indicated that he was having some problems, but mom didn't let him, come home for obvious reasons.
Okay.
And on the 6th, James went back to the hospital because he thought he had measles, but his mom said it was likely chigger bites or mosquito bites, and it was definitely drug induced.
Or picking at his skin. Yeah. Okay.
Meth, and that's,
Yeah.
Around the same time, James's paternal sister called James to tell him that their father had died.
Oh, okay.
James clearly was high, denied he had died, and laughed it off.
Okay. Yeah. Drugs are
sad.
bad.
James was with his mom around, I want to say the 11th. I could get that date wrong, but he was being dropped off to meet a friend, and he had some money on him. And because
his mom was dropping him off?
Yes.
Okay.
And because friends or drug dealers would roll him air quote, rob him, he left the money with his mom. He said, here, you hold on to my money in case I get rolled. I won't have anything on me.
Okay.
And this was the last time Guinea saw her son. She also noticed that his emotions were all over the place, unsure if it was due to drugs, mental health, stress. You know, he was having, you know, some emotional problems, mental problems, along with the drugs, which all could be drug induced. I'm not a doctor, I'm not an expert, but.
Well, this is long-term drug use too.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly.
That messes with you. Drugs are bad, kids.
Yes. So on August 11th, James was seen in the area of Highway 33 and Fraser Road it's called the Pea Ridge community in Ruston.
Okay.
He was seen walking around and apparently got into a fox pen, running a dog maybe, or just running around. I'm not sure. So a fox pen, I had no clue what that was.
A what now?
I asked and looked it up. So this is a large area of land which is fenced and escape proof for the animal, where foxes are released, and it's used to train foxhound dogs to hunt.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. He was only wearing shorts, no shirt, no shoes. And he got into that fox pen, either was running dogs. I was kind of unclear what he was doing in there, but that was...
What do you mean running dogs?
Like, I don't know. I don't know that much about fox pen. I guess assuming maybe like
that's other people's assumption that he was running dogs, whatever that is?
That's what I had read. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm not real sure. I read one.
If you know what that is, let us know. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure dog people know what running dogs is. I don't know.
I mean, I've got dogs. I have no clue.
Maybe it was just training them, or I don't know. Anyway.
Okay, but either way, he's in shorts and shorts alone.
Yes. And I believe he was staying at his grandfather's home. And of course, his grandfather had died. So he was staying. When the family went into the grandfather's home, it was neat, clean, tidy. And this was not typical of James. James always left the house disheveled and disorganized and messy.
Tracks.
Yeah. Also, James left with nothing, which was unusual. He would never leave the house with nothing. He had no phone, no shoes, nothing.
Okay.
Again, he was last seen in the fox pen in that area in the Pea Ridge community. But there has been no other sightings. He is just gone. Gone.
Huh.
He hasn't been heard from. And that's all very unusual because he would at least talk to his mom, you know.
So by saying that the house was like super clean, which is out of the norm for him, is she thinking that somebody else was there too?
Yeah.
Okay.
So police, of course, it was reported to the police in the area, the sheriff's office, the Reston police, I'm not sure. But they completed 2 searches for James, one on August 17th and the other with scent dogs in the area that he was last seen. One interesting development, police state a lady turned in a bunch of jewelry, one of them being James's class ring from high school.
Huh.
But nothing has come of that lead that I know of. And it could be that the police are holding that back.
Sure.
Holding that information back.
Okay.
Police also looked through cell phone records. Nothing there as far as his mother knows. Of course, again, if something was there,
they may not share.
Right. And of course, he never went back to parole probation. And so likely he does have a warrant for his arrest. I'm sure that's what happens when you don't go see your PO. I can tell you that. That's
kind of automatic.
We get a warrant quickly for you.
So he was last seen in the fox pen. People think he was running dogs.
Or just in the fox pen.
Or just in it.
And it's a large chunk of land that, you know, it's not just some small, you know, you picture just some small little area, but no.
No, I'm picturing like deer leases, like big, like they've got to have places for everybody to run.
Yeah, but it is escape proof for the animals. But I guess people can just open the little gate. I don't know. I did not even know what that was before I talked to James's mom. So some theories that I asked her, you know, because I've always said family knows and will tell us a lot more than the police will. And then they hear the rumors and people talk to them. But she believes that James may have owed money to a drug dealer or to other
Sure.
people, and they took him from the house against his will.
Okay.
Or maybe he was given something laced with fentanyl and could have OD'd and died. And then the people, an accident, and people didn't know what to do. So they just got rid of his body out of fear.
Mm-hmm.
And that happens. But again, there's, you could speculate anything in this
Sure.
case. The theories are endless, but Guinea knows that he would not have just left. He would have reached out to her or to somebody. He
Mhm.
wouldn't have just peace out and left on his own.
Okay. He's not like a runaway type. He doesn't have a
No.
history of that.
No.
Huh.
His mom stated she wants anyone with information, no matter how small or insignificant they think it is, to please call Crime Stoppers and leave an anonymous tip.
Okay.
She said that she just wants James home. Doesn't want to. She even said, "I don't want to know what happened. I just want to bring him home."
Mm.
She's desperate for answers.
Mm-hmm.
She just wants something to break in this case.
Yeah.
It's a 2-year-old case. She did mention that they did have a celebration of life for him, and
Okay.
James's son did finally acknowledge that his dad was missing and the
Okay.
situation, which he hadn't done publicly before.
Mm-hmm.
I believe she does have a good relationship with him now, with the son now.
That's good.
Yeah, I think he's 16 now, 16 or 17.
Okay.
And he finally, I think it was just painful
Okay.
for the
Well,
son,
Yeah.
She believes a few groups may be responsible and has asked some people and hasn't gotten any answers.
Okay.
And again, family, friends often know a lot more than the police can speak of,
Mhm.
So James Tomlinson was last seen on August 11th, 2022 in Ruston, Louisiana. He is 5'10". He's got a thin build, approximately 165 pounds, 38 years old at the time. So he would be about 40 now.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got several tattoos, all
Okay.
on his upper torso. And the tattoos include one saying Jack, one pair of dice rolling, and one of SpongeBob. And I think either the SpongeBob is all black or all of them are all black with no colors. So I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he has like black and gray tattoos.
Yeah. So he's got brown hair, blue eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And any information, I don't care how small you think it is.
Mhm.
Call Crime Stoppers. You can remain anonymous. That phone number is 318-388-CASH. CASH. So
Pretty to the point.
yeah, 31, and there is a reward for this.
Okay.
I think the last I read it was $1,200. It could be more by now.
Okay.
But again, it's 318-388-CASH. Please.
Was there any indication of anything?
Not that I
I mean,
can
this one
find.
has like not much to go on.
And Louisiana was hard. I couldn't even pull up really a lot. In Texas, a lot of places you can pull up their jail history,
Okay.
their court history. I couldn't really do that. I did, or at least for this county, I couldn't. So I couldn't find much as far as what his criminal history looked like or how,
Or like any known associates or people
right.
who he ran with or.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was a little bit harder for me to find anything significant
Okay.
through online records at this point.
So if anybody knows about James Tomlinson,
Yes.
reach out to Crime Stoppers. No, he went, never mind.
Or Ruston Sheriff's Office or police.
Okay.
Anybody, just call your local police and they can, and just say,
They can direct you.
Right. And you can remain anonymous with Crime Stoppers, like I said. And we talked a lot about Crime Stoppers.
We love them.
318-388-CASH.
All right. So if you know anything, let's help this mom figure out what happened to her baby boy. This is heartbreaking. Just
And
drugs are
she's
bad.
getting
Drugs are bad.
older, and let's get some answers for her.
The only
She's just
thing-
suffering.
It's just so sad. I mean, God, like, are there pig farms out there though? Like, I mean,
I don't know.
there's just ways for people to just. I don't think people understand. It's actually very easy for a body to disappear and not be seen again. especially if you're in some rural area where there's just
and
nobody's coming by.
But somebody knows something in this case. And, you can at least have a heart. At least have a heart and give this mom something, some kind of peace, so she can bring her son home.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like this one. I wish there was more to go on. So if you have any little tidbit, God, please share. Please reach out. You can send us messages too. They get whittled down to us.
Please.
Anything you can think of. If you're from the Monroe, Ruston, Louisiana area, or know people who are, because we have lots of Louisiana people here in Waco. See if you can drum up some information and get it shared.
Tell them to
Let's
listen.
help this mom.
Yeah, spread the word to listen, and let's get this mom some answers. She deserves it. She, spent a lot of time with me on the phone talking about her son, and you can tell she's just devastated.
Is this her only child?
Don't know.
Okay.
I know he's got other siblings, but I don't know if it's hers. I didn't ask.
Because you had said something about like paternal sisters.
Yeah, so that would be the dad's.
The dad, yeah.
I assumed it was a different mom.
Mm-hmm. So. Well, let's get this mom some answers. Poor Guinea.
And we'll post on our social media, Silent Texas.
Silent Witness TX.
Sorry.
Don't be silent, Texas.
Speak up. Yes, Silent Witness TX on all the things.
All the things. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Catch us there. Please. Be sure to share. Thank you so much. All right.
Thank you.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production. Are you a podcaster? Let's talk podcast hosting. Are you tired of your current podcast host? Need real support and a community that gets it? At Rogue Media Network, we offer top-tier podcast hosting services to help you thrive. From hosting and distribution to dedicated support, we've got you covered. Starting as low as $25 a month. Join our community of passionate podcasters today. Contact us at hello@roguemedianetwork.com.